There's so many people who make this thing come together. And I want to say thank you to the audience for an amazing 7 years. It's been wild. It's been truly wild.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Trevor Noah leaving Comedy Central's The Daily Show. Now, this is very interesting because we've seen quite a few of these quote-unquote departures over the past few days, weeks, months. We just saw your man Don Lemon leave CNN, and of course, CNN is pretty much purging everyone. I think Jim Acosta might be the last of the Mohicans over there, but Chris Cuomo's gone. Brian Stelter is gone. The old CEO, Jeff Zucker, he's gone. Then you go to other television networks. I think Samantha Bee, they canceled her show. This is Samaro, they canceled their show. And the question is why? What's going on? Why are so many people having their shows canceled or they're leaving the show? What's happening? I think that their message is getting pretty stale. It's getting pretty stale because let's put it in perspective. Trevor Noah took over for Jon Stewart in 2015. Now, what happened in 2015 that kind of changed television, that made a big impact on television, especially liberal, left-leaning stuff? I don't know, maybe Donald Trump going down the escalator? Oh, yeah, because a big part of The Daily Show had been the whole Trump hate, left stuff. And you know what I think before I even get into it? I think Trevor Noah wanted to do some stuff that was more common sense because there were quite a few of his takes I liked. I liked some of Trevor Noah's takes toward the end, but I think they, meaning the head honchos, the CEOs, executives, they didn't like that stuff. They wanted to say, hey, man, focus on Trump. We hate Trump. Orange man bad. Focus on that. Focus on the left-leaning stuff. Don't get into too much of the, the big brain, Jon Stewart. We don't want that. We want you to go a different direction. That's my particular opinion. Could I be wrong? Of course, but it's just my opinion. I think that could have been what's happening because apparently his departure took Comedy Central by surprise because remember, when he took over in 2015, it was a transition. So Jon Stewart passed the torch to Trevor Noah. There was no interruption. As soon as Jon Stewart was done, Trevor Noah took his place. But now they got to try to scramble to find somebody to replace him. And they might just cancel the show altogether. Now, here is an article, and I'll place these articles in the description. But here's the thing that they might not want to tell you on some of the major news website headlines. Trevor Noah slinks off Daily Show after losing 75% of audience. 75%. So that's a pretty big drop, don't you think? And I think maybe that kind of led to him wanting to leave, and it may have led to a few rumors of them trying to do something else, or there may have been some things they were telling him to try and change the content, make the content better, cater to a certain crowd, and maybe he didn't want to do that. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. Okay, I think in some other articles he was saying he wants to pursue other life endeavors. You know how they say, oh, I want to pursue other life endeavors. I want to be able to explore. I want to be able to have free time and manage my time better. Okay, whatever. So let's see here. When Jon Stewart left The Daily Show in 2015, he averaged 1.3 million viewers per night. So this was Jon Stewart. He was doing very well on the show, and then they passed it to Trevor Noah, okay? After 7 years of humiliating failure, Stewart's handpicked replacement, like I said, it was a transition, seamless. Some guy named Trevor Noah is slinking off with an average viewership as of last week of 33,000 viewers. So you go from 1.3 million to about 363,000. Yeah, that's not very good at all. Okay. So it's almost like 1 million people that you have lost over the period of 7 years. And the question is why? Are you not as charismatic as Jon Stewart? I would say he's okay, but he's not on the level of a Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart is up here. You're talking about a person that's not quite that big. Maybe the content is getting kind of old, and maybe television in general is becoming an archaic type of thing. People don't watch as much anymore. We have Netflix, we have YouTube, we have other ways to watch media. So why would I watch Comedy Central for what? Dave Chappelle is not walking through that door. He's not on Comedy Central anymore. The big wigs, like some of the big talents, are no longer on these network television platforms. They're going to Netflix. They're going to Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime. They're not on these stations anymore. So what's the actual draw to watch it? All right. What's really going on? Okay. I'm going to just, again, this article will be in the box. Here's another one right here on NPR. So this is what I was talking about when they say Comedy Central was they were kind of shocked. So there was a statement praising Noah and noting there is no definitive timetable for his departure, saying they're working together on next steps, lending the sense that this announcement surprised them too. It probably did. Because again, when Trevor Noah came to Comedy Central to replace Jon Stewart, it was a seamless transition. But now it's just like, yo, I'm out. Okay, that's pretty much a wrap for me. All right. Despite hints about the show's workload and his fondness for stand-up comedy, Noah also had increasingly looked like a performer whose promise and abilities were growing beyond the steady grind of a late-night show on Comedy Central. And more than any departure from the genre announced so far, from the firing of Samantha Bee. Oh, she got fired? I didn't know that. I thought she just, I thought it was just a wrap. To the quitting of Desus and Mero and independent exit of James Corden, Noah's goodbye could send the most dire signals yet about the future of late night TV. Probably so. I mean, because again, people aren't really watching. And if your whole thing is Trump, how much you hate him and Orange Man bad, meanwhile, he's been gone for the past 2 years. Meanwhile, you have inflation just tearing America apart. You have impending war going on overseas. You got us allegedly, perhaps, potentially messing with Nord Stream 1, Nord Stream 2. You got big issues going on in the world, and they're not focusing on that, and people are paying less attention to it. They're going to other platforms. It's like, how are you going to be able to maintain an audience? How are you going to be able to make money? How are you going to be able to grow? And at a certain point, if you're being told to do certain things that you don't want to do because it just kind of goes against what you signed up for, what's your alternative? Like, what's your option? You going to stay there and keep on doing it, or you're going to bow out gracefully? I think a lot of the people that are on late night talk shows and sometimes television shows, news shows, they're choosing the latter. Say, you know what? I'm out. I don't want to deal with it, which is why Greg Gutfeld's show is doing much better. So they don't want to talk about that. Greg Gutfeld, I think, is like number one right now. Matter of fact, let me look it up. Greg Gutfeld's late night show is doing better than Colbert. Okay, all these ads. I mean, come on, Forbes. Good grief. So you see right here, Fox News channel's Greg Gutfeld beats Stephen Colbert to claim title-less ratings king of late night. And you would think about Fox News as a place for late night television, but people are wanting something else. They want something different. They don't want the Trevor Noah, Stephen Colbert, all these guys, even the Jimmy Fallon, who I liked a little bit, but he's kind of going down the whole Trump I hate train too. They want something different. They don't want to hear, they don't want to be brainwashed. They don't want to be gaslit every single night. They understand that you're telling them false things. It's getting old. It's getting repetitive. So yeah, now I'm going to go to Greg Gutfeld. And I've watched Gutfeld's show, and it's great. It's great. I'm not even a late night show kind of guy anymore because I'm one of these people that are doing other things more than just, watching late night television consistently. I'm watching other media. I'm watching YouTube and whatnot. But I've watched Gutfeld's show, and it's good. It's funny. It's honest, as honest as you're probably going to get on television. It's a good show. If you want to have success in the ratings, like a Colbert, try being a little bit honest, just a little bit. You don't have to be 100% totally like a little kid or old lady honest, but at least don't be a complete stomp down bold-faced liar. Don't do that. and stop with the whole I hate Trump thing. Have a little bit of humor that does not involve talking about January 6th or some other kind of BS that your liberal masters have told you to do. But as I close, I want to say this. I wonder where Trevor Noah goes next. Is he going to just go back to the stand-up comedy circuit? Is he going to do another show? I wonder if he's going to speak about his time over at Comedy Central and what they were trying to make him do and things that he didn't want to do. Or I want to see if he talks about that. That's right. I'm very interested to see that. If there's a tell-all book, I may not read the book, but I get the audio book like a podcast, put it on in the background to hear exactly what's going on. I'm very interested, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about Trevor Noah leaving Comedy Central and The Daily Show? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys should know where I'm at. I think that this is very interesting. I believe that he did not want to do certain things they were asking him to do. And they say, you know what? All right, I see the writing on the wall. Viewership's going down. They're trying to get desperate. I'm out. He didn't get fired. Maybe he would have been fired after a while of the ratings not improving. After they say, hey, man, you got to do X, Y, and Z, and he doesn't want to do it. Maybe they'd fire him. So maybe he said, you know what? Rather than that, I'm out. Okay. And I don't think it's like some of the other guys that have been fired, like Don Lemon and Chris Cuomo, because they don't have anybody to replace him. Who are they going to put right there? Jon Stewart was their best bet. Who are they going to get now? Some dude off the street in LA? Some window washer, waitress or something like that? What are they going to do to replace him? They got to be intersectional, LGBT, a woman of color or something like that. You'll see. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.